Kayla Treanor, welcome to Unleashed. I guess to start off, we met last summer in AU. We had a conversation about how you thought Syracuse is so special, obviously, and how it's it means a lot to you. What do you think excites you the most about Syracuse in general, or the next 5 years of your coaching career, or whatever it is? What do you think it is about Cuse that really excites you?
Yeah, I'm definitely biased because I went here, and that is a huge part of why I think it's so special. But I do really think it's different than everywhere else. And it's just a really unique place. And I think a lot of it has to do with the people here. Everyone's just really unique. I think what is really cool is that you can come here and just be you. There's no mold that you have to fit here. I think you're really accepted for whoever you are, and you're celebrated if you're different. So I really like that part of Syracuse, that everyone is so unique and you get to really find out who you are and you're celebrated for your differences. So I've always loved that. And then I think just the lacrosse piece is so special here. It's, everybody that comes here loves lacrosse. You come here because it's a lacrosse school, and there's such a long tradition and history between the men's and the women's program. And, we're really trying to combine it under one umbrella of just Syracuse lacrosse. And so I think it's a really special place, and the lacrosse piece is so unique. And then just overall, I think it's all about the people, and all the girls here are just really wonderful, and it's been amazing. Not much has changed since I left. So it's really cool.
Do you think being a younger coach and having played there, that there are some advantages to that, coaching at your alma mater and being younger, being able to relate to the girls, or know what they're going through in that way?
Yeah, definitely. I think just the fact too, that I'm still playing, I understand what it's like playing for coaches and the training piece of it and all that, and going through, your confidence and trying to get confidence. And then, if you're not playing well, I've been through all that. And
right.
So I understand a lot of that perspective of still being an athlete. But I think too, just having played here, I have, just so much passion for this school. So I definitely think that's helpful too. I'm not selling anything. It's really what I believe in. So I think that helps also in recruiting.
Totally. Going along with that, Gary in general, just what you learn from him as an athlete, playing under him, and also just being around him, just knowing him for a while. And then it's not you walked into a program that you had to rebuild. It was you walked into kind of a familiar situation for you, but you're also a first-time head coach. So how's that been?
Well, I'm so fortunate that I was able to play for Gary, and that I have such a great relationship with him. He has one of one. He is a very special person, and is just an amazing coach, and he does so much for all of his players, me included. So I feel so fortunate that I played for him and I know him, and he's given me so much opportunity. I never would be in these shoes without him. So I'm really grateful to have him in my life. And it's also great to have him here, just sort of show me the ropes a little bit, and, not necessarily as much as coaching, but just, being a head coach and working in this school. And he helps me a lot with all of that, fundraising, things like that. So I think, coming to a program that has had so much success, it's scary. It's,
right.
It's intimidating, but it's something I think I'm definitely ready for, and that I've loved the opportunity to get. Like you said, it's not rebuilding a program. It's taking over a program that's had so much success, and that being in the Final Four is where you're expected to be.
Right.
But I think it's really, it was super enticing. And, like I talked about earlier, but I have a lot of passion for this place. And then, with that, I get to coach. I'm so fortunate. I get to coach some of the best players in the country. And,
right.
That's so unique. And I've loved every minute of being able to coach these girls. And I've loved the opportunity so far.
Yeah, that's really awesome. The other thing is Acacia, as you are obviously a first-time head coach, and you're kind of creating your coaching philosophy, I guess, as a head coach, what are some things that you took from her and took from BC, especially the success you guys had there?
I am so lucky that I got to learn from Gary Gait, Lisa Miller, and then Acacia Walker-Weinstein. She is a brilliant head coach. She was in a really similar situation when she started as a head coach at BC. I think she was 28 when she first took over too. So she was a young head coach of an ACC program, and she did an amazing job, obviously, of building that program and getting that team to, a national powerhouse in the country. So I am so fortunate that I got to learn from her. I think it was really awesome to work for a woman that had that much success.
Right.
I really enjoyed that piece of it. And so, I mean, I don't even know where to begin and how much she taught me, not just about lacrosse, but about life. I think what was really cool about being able to work with her at BC was just the relationship piece. She's, I'm so close with her and Jen and Sam and all the other people I got to work with there. They were like family to me out in Boston. So I still love them very much. And she taught me a whole lot. And, it's just amazing to have her as a mentor in my life.
That's awesome. This season, so you guys are obviously ranked really high, really good team, like no surprise. The Northwestern game, you dropped that one on the road, tough game, like back end of a doubleheader. What's the message after a game like that? Obviously it's like a top 10 opponent.
Well, I think it was pretty disappointing for us just because the girls and the coaches, we all knew that we could have won that game.
Yeah.
It's not like we lost that game and we're like, oh, we're not very good. We lost that game and it was unfortunate because we really think we should have beat them. With that being said, Northwestern is such a great team and they've had a great season so far and they played great against us. So, a lot of it, we have to give credit to Northwestern for what they were able to do. But I think after that, the girls are really awesome and they're definitely really motivated and they weren't happy with our performance. And then, we got to rebound and play against a top team in the country with Duke. And that was a battle and Duke showed up and they played a great game. And I think for our girls, it was just a great win because of, we went down 8-1. The end of the first quarter was 9-2. And to come back and win that game and just the fight that they have, I think it was great to see that out of them after that's a huge response after losing to Northwestern. So, I think it showed against Duke their response to that loss. So it was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then I asked the Twitter world for questions, which influenced some of the questions I've asked. But one actually comes from Megan Carney, who wants to ask you, which player has the best shoe game or drip on the team? If you had to pick one player on the current team.
So Megan's asking that question because
she wants you to say her. Is that yeah.
Would love for that to be her, but I would probably have to say Megan. I don't really know. They all have amazing style and they like to show that on game day. And we have a great videographer here at Syracuse, Mike Lang.
Yeah, the hype videos are sick.
Yeah, his name's Mike Lang. He is so talented. So he's done a great job. And I think he's really bringing out the personality of our team and just showing the uniqueness of the girls. And I think Carney definitely is one of them. Yeah, it's cool. It's been really fun to have Mike around and having him help us out and just to showcase the girls and what they're like and Megan being one of them. So yeah.
She also asked your favorite and least favorite place to play that's not the Dome.
Well, the best place in the world to play a college lacrosse game is the Dome. But
yeah, of course, obviously. But what if we take the Dome off the table?
Oh God. I don't know. I think favorite would be any like NFL stadium if we can play, trying to push the envelope for the women's game and playing in big stadiums. So any opportunity we can get to play in an NFL stadium, I think that would be really cool. Least favorite place to play would probably be University of Maryland because it's AstroTurf and it's a
the Philadelphia lacrosse complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a lacrosse field to me. So that'd probably be my least favorite place to play.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, Kayla, thank you very much for doing this. I'm glad we were able to get this done.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.